Hi guys. In this video, I will be explaining and solving the questions of the revision sheet that's related to the final exam. So in the first question, it says, estimate the value of the multiplication by rounding. So in this question, when they say estimate, so it means we need to do rounding before we do the multiplication. So let's see the first one. We have 36 times 14. So for rounding, I need to check the unit digits, the ones, okay? So here we have 6. If you don't remember this, for rounding, we have these numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these values will make the round down. And for these values, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, this is round up. So now here we check the digits. We have 36, so we check the ones that is 6. 6 means round up. So that 36 will be 40 times. Now we need to check 14. Again, I need to look at the ones. This digit. So 4. 4 means I should round it down. So 14 will be 10. And now I find the value of the multiplication that we called an estimate because I did the rounding here. So 40 times 10 is 400. Again, if you find it hard to multiply, when we have zeros, especially in estimate question, so forget about the zero. Just do 4 times 1, it's 4. And then you put these, how many zeros you have here? You have here 1, 2, you put them in the answer. So it becomes 400. Then next one, 45. Again, I check the 5. 5 means round up. So this will be 50 times 23 is round down, which will make it 20. As I said, forget about the zeros. 5 times 2, 10. Now how many zero I have here? I have 2. Let me add them. So the estimation is 1000. Then 37. 7 means round up, will be 40 times 34. 4 means round down, will be 30. 4 times the 3 is 12. And then I add these two zeros, these ones. So it's 1200. For the next one, 51, this will be 50. And 90 will be, 19 will be 20. This is similar to 45 times 23. We have 50 times 20. 5 times 2 is 10. And then I add these two zeros, will be 1000. Next one, 63. This will be 60. 21 will be 20. So 6 by 2 is 12. And then I add these two zeros, 1200. Last one, 81 will be 80. 15 will be 20. Now 8 times 2, 16. We add these two zeros, 1600. So these, as I said before, all these answers are an estimate. It's not the accurate or the correct answer. Sometimes we use estimation. Now, in the second part here, we have the same values, but it says find the value of the multiplication. Here in the question, it says find the value. So I need to multiply to find the accurate, like the exact value, not an estimate. So here we have 36 times 14. I have 2 by 2 digits, 36 and 14. So the idea here to make it easier, so always like the first value here that we have 36 or 45 or 37, I'll use all of it. But the second value, for example, 14 or 23, I'll not use all of it. I will take it one by one value. What does that mean? So first of all here, I will forget about the 1 here, and I will take only 4, okay? Let me use the blue color. Now I will multiply 36 by 4, step by step. So 6 times 4, 24. We write 4 here, and then the 20, we carry it up. Then I do multiplication. We don't add them now. So we do 3 times 4 is 12, and we add these two, 14. Okay, so we finished multiplying 36 by 4. Now remove the when we carry it up, remove it so you don't use it again, okay? So you'll make a mistake if you use it again. Now, I finished multiplying by 4. Now I will ignore the 4 this time, and I will use the one value. And I'll use the red color for it. Now, this one here is it's not once. Here it's the 10 value. So it's just like I'm multiplying by 10 here. So always you should remember that. When we moved one step from 4 to 1, I should do what? We should add a 0 here. Now we multiply 36 by 1. 6 times 1 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. Now what should I do for this one? We should do the addition part. We need to add them. We start from the right side. 4 plus 0 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. So 0, we carry 1. 1 and 1, 2, and 3, 5. So the exact value is 504. Let's see when we did estimation, was it close or not? We don't have to check, but let's do it here only once. 36, we said that it's 40. Times 14, we said it's 10. Which is 400. As you can see here, it's not that close. We got 504, but the estimation was 400. So sometimes it's good to know the estimation, and sometimes we use it. But here in this case, we need the exact value. So the answer is 504. Now let's do the second value. 45 times 23. As we said before, this one in blue, so I will multiply 45 by 3. 5 times 3, 15. We carry 1. 4 times 3, 12, and 1, 13. Now let me remove this carry part. Now I multiply everything, the 45 by 2. But first, don't forget we moved one step, so we add 1 0. Now 5 times 2 is 10. 0, I carry 1. 4 times 2 is 8, and 1 is 9. I should add these two values. 5 plus 0, 5. 3 and 0, 3. 9 and 1, 10. 1,300. Sorry, 1,035. Okay. Next one, 37 times 34. First, I multiply by 4. 7 by 4, 28. So we write 8, 20 carry. Then 3 times 4 is 12. Times 2, sorry, plus 2, 14. Then we finished multiplying by 4. We add a 0. So now we can start multiplying by 3. 7 times the 3, 21. So let me remove the carry first so we don't make a mistake. So 7 times the 3 is 21. We write 1. We carry 2 up. 3 times the 3 is 9. Plus 2, 11. And as you can see here, I'm writing them in order so we can add them very easily. 8 plus 0, 8. 4 and 1, 5. And here we have 2. Here we have 1. 1,258. Now, we have 51 times 19. So first of all, we multiply by 9, exactly. 1 times 9, 9. 5 times 9, 45. Then, I need to move one digit, so I add 1 0. Now multiply by 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 5 times 1 is 5. Now we add them. 9, 6, 9. Next one, 63 times 21. We multiply by 1. 3 times 1, 3. 6 times 1, 6. Then we move to the next digit, multiply by 2, so we add 0. 3 times 2, 6. 6 times 2, 12. We add them. 3 and 0, 3. 6 and 6, 12. 2, we carry 1. 2 and 1, 3. 1. 1323. Last one, 81 times 15. So we start multiplying by 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 8 times 5 is 40. Now we have to multiply by the second digit, which is 1. So we moved one digit, we add 1, 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 8 times 1 is 8. Now we add them. 5 and 0, 5. 0 and 1, 1. 4 plus 8, 12. 1215. So that was the multiplying 2 by 2 digits and finding the exact value, not an estimate. Then, let's see here. Okay, find the unknown digit, complete the problem. So here, as you see, we have multiplication, and this is the addition part, the second part that we were doing after multiplication, the answer here. So there is some missing digits. We need to find them. Now, let's start with the first one here. Now, I have 2 multiplied by something, and then I'm getting a 0. What does that mean? Let's think of the 2 table, okay? When I multiply, for example, 2 by 1, 2, 2 by 2 by 1, 2, 2 by 2, 4, 2 by 3. So we need to look at the one that give me 0 as a digit. For example, we have 2 times 5. We have 2 options. I have 2 times 5, which will give me 10. So that 0 might be that one here. And there's another option. I have 2 times 10, which is 20. But since here in this square, I can put only one value. So it's either 5 or 10. But I can't put 10 in this square. So then the answer has to be 5. Now let's check it, if 5 is correct or not. As we did before, now I will multiply by the first digit. 2 times 5, 10, 0. I carry 1. 6 times 5, 30. And 1, 31. So 5 is correct. Now we complete. Let me remove the carry part. Now we complete. So first of all, as we said, we add 0 when we multiply. Now let's multiply 3 times 2, 6. 6 times the 3, 18. Now we do the summation just to make sure that the answer is correct. 0 and 0, 0. 6 and 1, 7. 8 and the 3, 11. So 1 and we carry 1. 1 and 1, 2. That is correct. Now, the other part, 38 times 40 something. And look, the answer, the first digit is 2. So I need to think in 8 table, in 8 multiplication table, which value, if I multiply it by 8, I will get 2. So we try 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2, 16, then 24, then 8 times 4. Let me write the options. 8 times 4 is what? Is 32. So it might be an option, because here we have 2. Then 8 by 5, 48, 40. 8 by 6, 48. So still we don't have 2. 8 by 7, 65. 8 by 8, 64. Then 8 by 9. 8 times 9 is 72. So 9 might be also an option. because 8 times 4 will give me 2 here in this digit, and 8 times 9 will give me 2 as a digit here. So first of all, let me try to take 4. Let's multiply. 8 times 4, as we said up, it's 32. We write 2, we carry 3. Then 3 times 4, 12. And then we add a 3 will be 15. But if you check here, it's 4. And I said 15. What does that mean? It means 4 is not the correct answer. So we remove it again. And now I try to use number 9. 8 times 9 is 72. We write 2 and I carry 7. Now, 9 times a 3, what is it? 27. And then I add 7. 27 plus 7 is 34. So we write here 4 and then we carry 3, but there's nothing, so we write 3. It means 9 is correct. So we keep it and we complete. Now here, since they moved one digit, they added the 0 and then they multiplied. Now we have only to add them. 2 and 0, 2. 4 and 2, 6. 3 and 5, 8. And that one here is alone, this one. 1862. So always think of the options that you have in the multiplication table and then try them here. Check, is it correct or not? If it is correct, then that is the value. If it's not correct, then you need to remove it, erase it, and use the other option. Okay, next, find the area of each rectangle. Now, even in the exam, and here also, we will write the formula. So when you have such a shape, you should write the formula of the area. Now here, all of them are rectangles. So I will write only the formula once. Now, the area of the rectangle, what is it? Is base times height. Or in your book, you use it as length times width, which is the same thing. Now, let me apply it with the first rectangle. We're saying length times width. So, area is equal to, it's 9 times 7. Now, one of the students might think, what if I did 7 times 9? Like, is it a problem or not? No, of course it's correct. Because in multiplication order is not important. I can do 9 times 7 or 7 times 9. And it's equal to 9 times 7 is 63. Now, as I explained in the class, sometimes when we find an answer, we need to write a unit. Here in the question, they said 9 centimeters, 7 centimeters. So here's 63 centimeters, but since I'm finding the area, as I told you here, there's something that we write, we call it square. So it's centimeter square or centimeter to the power of 2. Try to remember that, okay? When you find the area, you should put the unit. Now let's do this rectangle on the right. Again, length times width. So the area is 4 equal sign 4 times 8, which is 32 millimeter squared. Now the rectangle down here, the area is 15 by 5. Let me find the area. So first we start with 5 times 5 is 25. I write 5 and then I carry 2. 5 times 1 is 5 and 2, 7. So this area is 75 inches squared. Now the last one you might say like, what's this shape? It's exactly a rectangle, but we just like rotate it. But it's still a rectangle. So what should I do also here for its area? It's base times height, which is 11 times 7. So multiply 7 by 1, 7 by 1, you will get 77. And the unit, it's feet squared. So 77 squared feet. So that was about rectangles. Remember the formula, area is equal to length times width, and write it in the exam. Now here, find the area of this figure. So as you can see here, this figure like is not a regular figure. I don't know what's the formula of its area, but we can do something here. We can actually split it. We can cut it for different shapes. For example, here in this example, I will cut it like this. What I will get, we will get two rectangles. Okay, do I know how to find the area? Yes. Now, one of the students also might cut it like this. Can we do like this? Of course we can. And we will get the same answer when we find the area. Now, let me do it the first way, like here. So now, as you can see that, now here I have a rectangle, and here I have another rectangle. Now, to find the area, I will do the first area plus the second area. Now, the first area, what is it? As we said, it's length times width, which is 10 times 3. So the first area is 30 plus. Now, the second area, what is it? Let me move this part. Now, the second area, be careful, don't use the 7. 7 is the whole this side. No, now I'm not interested in this. I'm interested in this rectangle, okay? So these are the dimension. It's 4 times 5. These are the dimensions of this rectangle. 4 times 5, which is 20. So now when I add the area 1 and the area 2, I will get 50. And then the unit, centimeters squared. So if we have such a shape, we can cut it for different rectangles, and then we can find their area, and at the end we should add them, okay? We add the rectangles, the area of the rectangles. Now here in this question, it says, check if the values are factors or not. For example, the first one, it says, is 2 a factor of 26? How can I know if it is a factor or not? Or in other words, we can write the question like this. Is 26 divisible by 2? This is the same question. Is 2 a factor of 26? Or is 26 divisible by 2? So how can we check if it is divisible or if it is a factor or not? You just do 26 divided by 2. Like, you don't have to write the division and write the answer, but you just need to think about it in your mind. So would you get the answer, or it will be something with the remaining? For example, 26 divided by 2, it's 13. There's no remaining. So yes, 26 is divisible by 2, which means that 2 is a factor. So we write yes, it is a factor. Now, is 3 a factor of 27? We think of the 3 table, the 3 multiplication table. Do you have 3 times something is 27? We have 3 times 9. It means 27 divided by 9 is also 3. So is it a factor? Yes. 3 is a factor. Then, is 5 a factor of 41? We know that the first digit, in order for a value to be divisible by 5, the first digit should be either 0 or 5. Now here it's 1. It means no. 5 is not a factor of 41. Because if I divide it, I will get a remaining. Now 6 and 36. We have 6 times 6 equal 36. So yes, it's a factor. I can divide 36 by 6. Then, is 4 a factor of 26? Can I divide 26 by 4? Or check the 4 multiplication table? So what is it? Can we divide by 4? If you don't know, maybe you can divide it by 2, and then you divide it again by 2. 26 divided by 2 is 13, and then 13 divided by 2, it can be divided, so it's not a factor. So yes, yes, here, no. These are yes, no. So you can think about it if is 26 divisible by 2, or you can think it in the opposite way. If I divide 26 by 2, will I get an answer without a remaining? Okay. Question number 7, it says, shade the fraction. And then we need to make some compare, so less than, greater than, or equal. Now let me start shading the fraction. It says here 1 out of 2. It means shade one part out of 2. On the right hand side, we have 2 over 4. It means shade 2 parts out of 4. This one. Now check, in both of them, I shade half of the circle. So they are equal. Now, next one, 3 out of 5. I need to shade 3 parts out of 5. So these are the 3 parts here. 3 parts out of 4. Okay, which one has less empty part will be bigger, okay? Or which one I shaded more, it will be larger or greater. So as you can see, 3 over 4 has more shaded parts. So I would say that 3 over 4 is greater than 3 over 5. Then next one, we have 3 over 4 again. So 3 parts out of 4 should be shaded. Here, 2 out of 3. As you can see here, the empty, the white one is more than here. So it means the 3 over 4 is also greater here. Now the last one, we have 5 out of 6. So here we have 5 parts are shaded. Here it says 2 parts out of 2. As you can see here, 2 parts out of 2. So I shaded the whole shape. And here I have empty. Here I have nothing empty. All of it is shaded. So of course 2 over 2 is greater than 5 over 6. Next one. Write these mixed numbers here as a mixed numbers in hundredths. As you can see, all of them are written in terms of tenth. I need to make them 100. And then write it as a decimal. So the first one here was given as an example, 3 9 over 10. To make it 100 is a 3 90 over 100. Then when I make it decimal, it's 3.90 because I need to make a decimal for 100. Now 1 and 7 over 10, make it a mixed for 100, it's 70 over 100. So we add 0 up and 0 down here. Then if I need to write it as a decimal, so first of all, you take the integer, the whole number here, it's 1 point. Then 70 over 100, it means 70, and there is 2 digits after the decimal point because it's 100th divided by 100. Next one, 5, add zeros now, 10 over 100. So we have 5.10 over 100. This is 5.10. Next one, no, sorry, we have 1240 over 100 equal to 12.40. Last one, 25 and 80 over 100 equal to 25.80. Correct. So it was a mixed number written in terms of tenths. We make it mixed number for hundredth and then decimal for hundredth. Okay, now here, write the hundredth models as decimal number. So here we call it hundredth model because as you can see here, we have 10 squares, another 10, another 10. Each column has 10 squares and I have 10 columns. So this is 100. We use it to make the decimal of the 100th, okay? So here we have the first one, all of it is colored. This is equal to 1. The second one, all of it is colored. This is another 1. So we have here 2 point. Now, how many squares? Here we have not a full column. We have less than a column. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that 7, is it like this? No. So this is 7 out of 10. No. I have 7 squares out of 100. So I do it like this. 7 out of 100. There is a 0 here. 7 in the 100th digit. Next one. Again, here I have 1. Here I have 1. And then here, let's check. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. 2.44 out of 100 here, the 44. Next one. Here I have 1 point, and then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 78. This is out of 100. 1.78. So let's check the shaded part and then write its value. Now for the last question, now you need to do the opposite thing. Now you need to shade. It says shade the 100th model to show 2.85. Now, let me use the blue. Now, first of all, it says 2. So, as we did before, if I shade a whole model is 1. So this is equal to 1. This is 2. Now I need 85. As we said, each column like this is 10. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So this is 2.80. Now how much we need? We need 5. So I start from here. 1, 2, 3, 5. Let's make sure that what we did was correct. This is 1. This is 1. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which makes 2.85, which is correct. So one type of question, you have the shaded model. You need to write it as decimal, or the opposite way. You have it as a decimal, you need to shade it. So please watch the video, try to understand them, and then if you have questions, you may ask me. Good luck, wish you the best.